US-96. All right. We are going to look at the entire route of US-96. It fully exists in the state of Texas, and it goes through the eastern part of the state. It is an odd road because it is an even number road, yet is signed north-south and does kind of go in a north-south trajectory. It goes from Port Arthur, Texas, almost in Louisiana, to Tenaha, Texas, roughly where it's going to meet future 69 and 369. And for any new viewers, this is a video made to inform and entertain you with highway signage and other sights and facts about the road. I don't have anything against cities in this video, just their status as control cities. If I mispronounce anything, just leave a correct pronunciation in the comments. Thank you and enjoy, and please do everything you see in the lower left here. So like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications, and let's get started. We will first talk about US-96 northbound. So here is roughly where it begins. We start with a triple highway concurrency. This is also the start of its palindrome US-69 and 287, which is kind of weird. I don't know why all three of these are concurrent all the way down here. But up the road a little bit, we have an overhead sign for all three highways for Beaumont, which is the correct choice, as well as the remaining State Highway 73 for Winnie and Groves. Further on, we meet with Interstate 10. 10 is signed west for Houston, which is absolutely correct. 10 east, Lake Charles and Lufkin. Lufkin is for 69, and Lake Charles is for I-10. I don't know about Lake Charles. I would prefer something else there, probably either Lafayette or Baton Rouge. I think one of those would be a little better. In fact, this used to say Baton Rouge before Louisiana made them change it to fit their signage. And while we're on Interstate 10, we get the same cities as well. We are concurrent with US-90, and then US-90 is signed for Liberty at this exit. And then splitting off, we have 69, 96, and 287 signed for Lufkin and Jasper. So Lufkin is for 69, and 96 is signed for Jasper, which I think is a pretty good choice. There are a few cities that could sign, but they're kind of in the Beaumont area, so I think signing Jasper is pretty good there. And here we split from US-69 and US-287. They are signed for Kuntz and Lufkin, and 96 North is signed for Lumberton and Jasper. So that's pretty good use of dual signage there. Lumberton's substantial enough, but Jasper's better for long distance traffic. But here we don't get Jasper at all, we get Silsby, which is a little weird. This is in Lumberton. It's still somewhat substantial, so I'm not like going to complain about being on a sign, but I think Jasper should also be on here too. But here we don't get either. We don't get Jasper at all. I mean, this is in Silsby, but we have Evadale 3 and Boona 12. Boona is not really that big of a place. I know Jasper is not like a gigantic place either, but Jasper is a bit bigger than it. I would rather see Jasper here. But we do get Kirbyville 16 and Jasper 35 once we're in Boona, so at least things are making more sense. And then in Kirbyville, we get Jasper 19 and San Augustine 65, so I think that is the sensible thing to sign after Jasper. And here in Jasper, we're signed north for San Augustine only, as we meet with 190, signed for Woodville and Newton. And here is the intersection with 190. It is also the intersection with Texas Highway 63. And here, still in Jasper, we have Brooklyn 15 and San Augustine 47, so that is good. But now we get Pineland 7 and Bronson 14, which is an unincorporated community. Why are we not signing San Augustine still? Bronson is like a couple hundred people. We don't need to be signing Bronson. But here in Pineland, we get Bronson 7 and St. Augustine 22, which is better. And now as we get closer to St. Augustine, we now have Center on the sign, which is a good choice after that. And as we get closer to Center, we now have Tenaha after this, which I think is okay because that's where the route ends. This lake is very interesting. And now we have Center 2 and Carthage 29 as we get closer to Center. It's kind of weird that we skip Tenaha, but Carthage is bigger, so I do understand signing that. And I think it does make sense. And here in Center we have Tenaha 9 and Carthage 25, which here's the very end of US-96 is signed north for Carthage because that's where US-59 will be going. And US-84's control seas are here, Nacogdoches and Joaquin. And if we go further, we get no N96 sign. We just get a North 59, South 59, and East 84. And that will end our journey northbound. And now let's talk about US-96 southbound. So here coming the other way, we have 96 signed for Center and Beaumont. So we get Beaumont signed all the way up here. That is cool. And then 86 East signed for Joaquin and Mansfield. And South 59 and West 84 signed for Nacogdoches and Palest-aye-ne, which are decent for those, I guess. And further on, we do actually get it on the mileage sign. So we get Center 11, St. Augustine 30, and Beaumont 147. That is a great mileage sign, but unfortunately it doesn't hold up. We get Center 10 and St. Augustine 29, which, I mean, I guess if you're not signing Beaumont, this is okay, but it would be cool to see Beaumont more. On this other sign here in Center, we have St. Augustine and Beaumont sign, so we get Beaumont on this sign too. And then now we get St. Augustine and Jasper's were leaving Center, which, again, okay if you're not signing Beaumont, but would rather see it. I'm okay with these at, like, more small interchanges, but here we have St. Augustine 5 and Bronson again. Why are we signing Bronson again? Why? This city is not even a city. And now we get Bronson 16, Jasper 48, so at least we get Jasper on this sign. And now we get Bronson and Pineland. No, sign Jasper! Why are you not signing Jasper or Beaumont even? You should be signing at least one of those. And now we get Jasper 23 and Kirbyville. Why are we signing Kirbyville and not Beaumont? Because after Jasper, we should really be signing Beaumont because there's not really anything that substantial unless it's in the Beaumont area. So we should be signing Beaumont. And here in Jasper, we again get Kirbyville as we meet with 190 and Texas 63. But we do finally get Beaumont back on the sign. We get Kirbyville 19 and Beaumont 71. So let's hope it sticks. Maybe. I hate when I get my hopes up too high. Because we go from this, which should be correct, and this, which is absolutely not correct. And here in Kirbyville, we finally get Beaumont back on the sign. But we go back to not having it, and we get Silsby, which is kind of in the Beaumont area. Why are we not signing Beaumont here? But here in Silsby, we have Lumberton and Beaumont 21. Like, Texas, what are you? Just sign Beaumont, at least from Jasper. Like, could you at least sign it from Jasper? And then here in Lumberton, we just get Beaumont 12, which is fine. I mean, Port Arthur could be on the sign too, but Beaumont's bigger, so I'm okay with it only being on here. We meet with 69 and 287 for Koontz, exit in a quarter mile. And then here we converge and we meet with I-10. I-10 East is signed for Lake Charles and 10 West is signed for Houston and Port Arthur. That's good signage. Port Arthur is absolutely correct. And then here on Interstate 10, we have a junction with US-90 for Liberty. So 90 leaves us. And I just thought this was so funny. So this is from April 2024 Street View. This could have changed recently, but we have this really faded out text for 69, 96, 287 south for Port Arthur, as well as the airport signage, so that's good. But look at this! This like little Interstate 10 shield right here on top of this really faded one. I mean, at least we got Houston sign, so that's a good thing about this sign. But why is this shield so small? That's pathetic, but that's actually hilarious. Alright, so as we exit, our next pull-through sign we have for Port Arthur, which is good. And we meet with the very end of 69, 96, and 287. And this is where the video will end. My final verdict for 96 northbound is pretty straightforward. I'd say Beaumont, then I'd say Lumberton / Jasper. I think that's okay to do there. Then Silsbee, Jasper. It's substantial enough to sign as a secondary, but I wouldn't sign as a primary. Then I'd say just Jasper, then San Augustine, Center, and then Tenaha and Carthage. I might would swap Carthage for Texarkana because of 369. But since 369 is nowhere to be found in that area yet, I think that's okay for now. But if it does get to that area soon, I would rather see Texarkana there. Southbound, I'm going to make a bit of an adjustment. I'm going to say, like, minor interchanges and major interchanges. So the minor ones I would sign Center, St. Augustine, and Jasper, and then every major interchange I would say Beaumont all the way, and then after Beaumont I'd go with Port Arthur. So that's what I would do there. Thank you so much for watching. There's been a lot of interesting signage on this road, to say the least. But anyways, hope you've enjoyed, and be on the lookout for US 2, the western section, when I get around to it. Thank you.